Imagine that the Virginia Tech shooting, the Norway shooting, and the Gabrielle Gifting shootings, and many countless other cold-blooded murders will never happen. Imagine that thousands of lives were still with us today. This could have all been reality by one thing: if there was a mental health check on every single gun permit application. Your public safety is at risk. High schools, colleges, even grocery stores are all targets for these common attacks. Today I'm going to tell you why we should have a law that states that any person wanting to buy a gun needs to have a proper mental check out by a licensed psychiatrist. Within the past 100 years, thousands of people have died from mentally unstable people with concealed weapons, everywhere from children to presidents of this country. You only need 3 things to purchase a gun permit. You need a certain amount of money, could be anywhere from $20 to $50. You need a gun safety and hunters class and a criminal background check. Any person can buy a gun. This is an average gun permit. Nowhere on the sheet does it have a mental check out background. If you have a criminal record, yes, you can't buy a gun. But nowhere does it say mental health background. So this means that a person with severe anxiety disorder can buy a gun, or someone with schizophrenia can buy a gun. Anybody in this U.S. can buy a gun. Public safety is in danger. 3 years ago, Sang-Ho Cho committed 2 separate attacks, killing 32 people and wounding 25 before taking his life. Cho had already been diagnosed with severe anxiety disorder. If there was a law stating that he had to have a background check, this would not have happened. If we had to have a background check, these 32 people would still be with us today. He didn't use just 1, but 2 guns for his attack. These are the 2 guns he used. He was able to purchase these 2 guns legally, and in the end, he ended up killing 32 people with these. At a middle school and high school, he was already diagnosed. So this guy has already been diagnosed for 20 years. On January 8th, Jared Loeffner committed a mass murder shooting occurred near Tucson, Arizona. 19 people were shot, 6 of them dead. Jared Loeffner killed 6 people on January 8th. He chose to drop out of college rather than taking a mental health check that the college required him to have to re-enroll. The fact that he wouldn't take a mental health evaluation for college means that he shouldn't have been able to buy a gun in the first place. But current U.S. law is nothing about that. On May 25th, Loeffner was found by a judge to be incompetent to stand trial based on 2 medical evaluations. Right now, Loeffner hasn't even had a trial because he is still in a mental rehabilitation center because he can't stand for trial. Anders Breivik killed 77 people. Breivik toyed with innocent children. He dressed up as a police officer. He told the children to come closer, then shot them cold-bloodedly with a machine gun at point blank. According to police, he cannot stand for trial. He's too mentally incompetent to stand for trial. I believe he is likely to be suffering from mental disorder, said Professor Jeremy Cord. This should have been on the gun application. If this was on the gun application, none of this would have happened. Not only is public safety in danger, but so is personal safety in danger. One study found by the U.S. Death Crime Research Committee stated that over 90% of children and adolescents who committed suicide had some sort of mental disorder. Firearms were the instrument of death in 85 to teen homicides, and 43% of suicides. This means that 70% of suicide and homicides related to teen gun events were from teens that were mentally unstable. If there was a law, then they wouldn't have bought a gun and they wouldn't have been able to use it to kill themselves and others. This would have saved parents, families, friends, the heartbreak of the suicide and the heartbreak of knowing that one of their family members died because he took his own life. From Gabrielle Giffords to Aaron Peterson, both victims of mentally ill people with a concealed weapon. My speech, I have only mentioned small fractions of the reality that is standing with us today. Public and personal safety is at risk. Thousands have died and thousands more will die unless this comes into play. There needs to be a new law stating that to buy a gun permit, you need to have mental health evaluation. That law can save many lives. One of those lives could be your family member, your friends. It might even save your own life.